evening, a deadly day along Interstate 20 with two separate wrecks, leaving 3 people dead, including 2 Fulton County deputies.
Right about, simultaneously, this tanker comes around us, and I see him just clipping all the vehicles in front of me.
And we now know the victim in that 9-car pileup is 54-year-old Brenda Anderson from Grovetown. That accident happened around mile marker 180 on I-20 eastbound in Grovetown. Celeste Springer spoke with this dump truck driver who was involved in the crash.
Within a few short hours, a 10-mile stretch of I-20 took 3 lives.
I put my hand on hers and see if she could respond to anything I was saying, but she couldn't speak.
Simeon Ledbetter was first to rush to help the woman killed in a 9-car pileup.
And I see traffic had stopped, so I go ahead and stop. I look down and I hear a loud boom. And about a half a second later, I feel like a jolt in the truck.
Her car hit the back of his, sandwiching her RAV4 between his dump truck and a tanker.
And then you think, a couple more inches, and I could have been one of them too.
Later, the drivers realized the slowdown that caused their crash was another deadly accident, just 10 miles up the road.
You had questions from the accident, but, no one can really answer your questions a whole lot. Every time you ask a question, can't really talk about it.
According to the Georgia Department of Public Safety, Fulton County deputies Kenny Ingram and Anthony White hit the back of a tractor trailer that was stopped in traffic, killing them both.
That's not an image I think will leave you anytime soon.
An image that forever changed 3 families in a stretch of 10 short miles. We did some digging. According to some information from GDOT, accidents around here are not uncommon. In 2016 alone, more than 370 accidents happened in between mile marker 172 and 190.
Well, we are tracking the last.
The Richmond County School Board meeting tonight after almost a month back in the classroom during the pandemic. Sydney Heiberger looks at the challenges they're facing.
Out of the nearly 30,000 students enrolled in Richmond County schools, just about 41% chose to learn in person. The district reports just 0.4% of students have tested positive for COVID, but 4% are in mandatory isolation for coming into close contact with a positive case.
We have got to remember we are educating students during the middle of a pandemic.
Those numbers led to a closure of 4 schools, 3 of which are still not open. Several others are being monitored for the possibility of closure, but the district says it's the teacher absences presenting the biggest challenges.
We're taking a really big hit in terms of coverage, in terms of staffing with substitute.
The district says their substitute fill rates are down to 57%. Out of the more than 4,300 employees in the school district, nearly 3% of them are currently quarantining.
There's really just not enough staffing to keep up with the number of quarantine cases that we're having.
It's these concerns, plus parent and teacher complaints about safety, that leads some school board members to ask the district to move to a fully virtual learning model.
How many of our students and employees' health and lives must be put at risk before we realize we are locking ourselves into a battle that we obviously cannot win?
But other members say we should trust the school leaders who make decisions based on the facts at hand.
We employ Dr. Bradshaw and his staff to run this school system.
It's all a juggling act, with health and education hanging in the balance. In Augusta, Sydney Heiberger, on your side.
And tonight's meeting was purely informational, so no decision could be made about any changes to this school year. But one board member has already made a motion to close down all Richmond County schools until January. That'll be put to a vote at the next school board meeting, and we'll be sure to let you know.
In South Carolina, Governor